So I have the sketch that I did, and I want to make it skin colored. So I get some acrylics, some white, some peach, some blue to the background, and then a little bit of blue in the face. And recently I heard that you could get a bigger brush than you think you need, and it will help you be more gestural and expressive. So I have been trying this in this video. So what I'm drawing here is one of the characters from my book. He's a king, and he's basically the king of Texas, sort of. It's kind of set in an alternative future. I'm thinking like 500 years in the future. And that's my dog. She just decided to howl. Woo! During this time, there's kind of been like a Viking renaissance up in the fjords in Finland, and so he came down and he invaded Texas, or what's left of Texas, and Texas is very weird because things are happening. Yeah, so I've been using acrylic paints to do this whole thing, by the way. At this point, I realized I really needed to go look back at my source material that I used to make the little original sketch. The nose is just not right. I gotta go fix this. And here I am making the beard. He has to be a beardy man. Again, having trouble on the nose. The nose is not cool, man. I gotta look at the actual picture. So here I'm gonna come in with some burnt umber because I want some more darker flesh tones to give him some shadow, some shading. Still the nose isn't right. Oh, wait, it's getting there. I went back and looked at my source material, so I'm making the nose right. So back to the actual character I'm drawing. Before he took over Texas, Texas had like several city-states where the major city and populations were, but he managed to unify them with an iron fist. So it's a very interesting character. He's not exactly a good guy. And he only has one really good eye. The other one is clouded over because he was in a fight with a fire mage and got burns all over his body, but only a little bit on his face. At this point, I'm coming in with Fabric Castell marker, which are basically India ink in marker form. And this is where I jump the shark. I come in with way too much India ink, way too much brown. It just doesn't look good. It's like, what are you doing? You're messing it all up. Acrylics to the rescue. More acrylics. So yeah, I'm using actually the ones with low pigment so that some of the marker underneath can show through. That's adding depth to the face. Skin is really transparent, it has many layers, so I find that's the best way to do skin. Coming back in with more whites for all the little highlights, the tip of his nose, his cheeks. At this point, the drawing is just really coming together. It's really looking nice. I'm just having to add some finishing touches, more white. So back to this guy's scarred eye. He got in a duel with his sister, who is called Ashes the Fire Mage, and she's still around. She has half her face scarred from that fight. And because fire spreads and stuff, so if you're a fire mage, you are not immune to fire. You will also get burnt by it, and it does spread. I don't like fantasy where someone controls fire or something and it doesn't burn anything around. And I came in with the blue here in his shirt because there's blue and then there's blue, and I have 3 different kinds of blue paint at least because there's different pigments. The background is cerulean blue and the foreground is ultramarine, and you can see I worked in a little bit of scar on his face there. And here he has done. Like and subscribe, guys!